Good morning, everybody. It is day 6 out here. We just came over Rocky Mountain, and it was 1.5 miles steep, and it sucked. But now it's great because we're over it. I'm dying, or I was dying coming up the hill. Ella, you can see her up in front of me. She's kicking ass. The girl's a beast. She's going to tear this trail a new one. I love it. It's fun hiking with her. Last night we did stay in Hiawassee, Georgia. Stayed at the same place I stayed in 3 years ago when I was coming through here and it was freezing. And Holiday Inn Express in Hiawassee. I can't beat that price, man. $88 a night. I mean, come on. And it's a beautiful hotel. Very well maintained, very clean. Breakfast this morning was fantastic. One of the best ones I've had at any hotel ever. So take that for what it's worth. Ran into a bunch of other hikers. A lot of old guys like me were coming off the trail with some injuries and stuff. So I feel bad for them, but it's part of it. It's part of it. It could be me tomorrow or today. But we ate at a place called Broncos last night. Oh my God, that was some fine food. I had a smash burger with bacon and barbecue sauce and cheese and onions, and yeah, it was good. The only thing missing was a beer, but that's probably better for me. So 1.5 miles we just came up a hill. It was steep. It was probably one of the steeper ones we've done so far, certainly for that distance. But that's not it for the day. We've got, you look at the graph at the end of the video today, we've got a bigger one coming. And the good thing is I think it's like broken down into 3 sections, so that'll help us. But these big hills right now, man, I'm so out of shape that I've got to stop probably every 75 to 100 yards. I've got to stop and take my 5 breaths and then go again. Ella's been kind enough to stay with me through that first one, and she's probably going to stay with me to the bottom of this hill, and then she's going to take off. It's important for her to make the 13 miles that we've got planned for the day so that she can get into town tomorrow early. That'll just give her 3 miles to go to get into town to meet with her parents. So I'm hoping to go to that same 13 miles, but we'll see. I'll get over this next big one, Tray Mountain, and see how I feel. If I don't feel like I can make it, I'm going to stop on top of Tray, probably, and stay at the shelter there. But right now my plan is to push that 13. So that's what I'm going to try to do. It's going to get real steep here in a minute. I'm going downhill. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's starting to get steep. Let's see if I can get through this section. It levels off a little bit. All right. Look at that one way off in the distance. I don't know. I have to check out my peak finder and see if I can figure out what that is. That's a big one over there. All right. I've come 5.2 miles. Almost to the top of Tray Mountain. Almost. Maybe 1/10. At most 2/10 away from the top. It might even be right around this corner. I am dragging butt. Oh my God. Dragging butt. This has been by far the toughest climb so far. 2 big climbs in a row, and it just, yeah. Ella took off at the beginning of Tray Mountain. She wants to test herself today, and I say go for it. We're going to be separated at least for a couple days, and we may not ever get back together, but whatever. It's been a blast hiking with her. We're going to try to hook up tomorrow when she's with her parents in Hiawassee again. But we're going to different hostels. Oh, crap. Yeah, I probably should have my trekking poles. I'll talk to you more when I get to the top. This is too hard. So just stopped at Tree Mountain Shelter for lunch and refill my water. Good water source. Straight out of the mountain. Nice and cold. I'm doing a little extra water carry. I've got 2 full bottles and maybe a liter in my CNOC. So that's an extra couple pounds I'm packing. The next little bit of water is, it's on a steep downhill off the trail. So I don't really want to do that. I'm tired. These last 2 mountains just kicked my butt. And I'm not quite halfway there yet. It's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So at this point, I've got really 7 hours before it gets dark to try to get to 13.1. So that's the plan. 7 hours. Need to knock off about 7 miles. Is that right? My math, my head's a little fuzzy. Let's see. We're at 6. We need to go 13. Yeah, 7 miles. So I can do 7 miles in 7 hours. Oh my God. Yeah, we're gonna meet up with Ella today. I'll be happy. She'll be happy. I'm glad she took off. She needs to know what she's capable of doing out here. And the only way to do that is to push yourself and to see what you can do. So, listen, she's the typical female that you meet out here. Tough as nails. Good stuff. It's fun hiking with these people. And she is focused. And oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was almost a sprained ankle. It turned it. I caught it just in time. All right, I'm going to put this away. There's somebody coming anyways. I don't want to hurt myself. So, that last video clip where I turned my ankle, I told myself to turn off my phone. Well, I was hiking. That steep downhill. No sooner did I turn off my phone, I was talking to the guy that's coming up the trail toward me, and I did it again, and even worse. Hit a root that was covered with leaves, and ankle went sideways, and I said at least 3 or 4 choice words. But, you know, you just get up and walk it off. What are you going to do? It's not like there's a road out here that somebody can come pick you up. You just keep on going. It's just the way it is. So it feels better. At first I thought, oh shit, man, I'm going to have to get up here and stop for a couple days. But no, it feels good. What feels not so good right now is my left knee, the one that I've had 7 surgeries on. It's yelling at me. You know, this is 5 days in a row of pushing. And it's telling me it's too much. So it's good that get to the end of this day, and then tomorrow is a short day into hostel around the bend, where I've got reservations for 2 nights in a semi-private room that has 2 twin beds. So I could possibly have 1 roommate. And that's fine. I don't mind that. Listen, I stayed there last time. I stayed in the bunkhouse with, I don't know, I can't remember, 3, 6, 9, 12. I think they had 12, 15 bunks, something like that. And I don't mind that. Good God. Navy submarines and Navy ships, I slept with a lot more than that. So I don't mind that. But I like a little bit of privacy. It's always good. But I've definitely decided that I'm shooting for the 13.1 today. Even if I have to stop one or even two more times and rest for 15 to 30 minutes. That's what I'm going to do. So, I do want to push myself, not to the point where I injure myself. So, I'm going to be cautious, but I can do that. The rest of the day, until we get to the last mile and a half or so, now probably the last 2.5 miles, is just a bunch of puds, pointless up and downs. Kind of reminds me of old Navy submarine song. I'm not going to sing it to you, but I can only sing that kind of stuff when I'm drinking with a bunch of other bubbleheads. So we'll see. You can try to look it up, but I think I tried to look it up one time on YouTube and it didn't come up. So, it might offend some people, so I probably won't do that. Those 2 mountains this morning were tough. They were tough. The guy that I ran into back there when I sprained my ankle again, just retired from the Army. Smart man. I suspect there are going to be a lot of people leaving the military in the next 2 to 3 years. Because our pedophile is going to put us in one war after another, after another, after another. I even made a prediction a year ago, and I put it in Facebook, so I got living proof of it. Give them a year, and the country will be burning, if not the world. Here we go. Yeah, I think our military is going to get decimated over the next few years, to the point where they're probably going to have to implement the draft. I can definitely see that coming down the road in a couple of years. I'm hopeful that after the midterms, assuming we have midterms and the pedophile doesn't find a way to cheat on that, there's no question the Democrats will take over Congress, both Senate and House. And we can impeach his entire administration and get him the fuck out of there before they do put us into World War III. I'm just out here talking to myself, folks. And here's the thing. I'm sure there's some folks that are going to watch this that don't agree with what I'm saying. Fuck off. I don't care. You're morons. You're idiots. You're probably sex offenders and pedophiles yourself. Because the only people that buy into his bullshit right now are the far right, Christian conservative, hypocritical, low-life pieces of shit. And again, just like when I was out here before, if you don't like what I'm saying, fuck off. All right, back to the trail. I think I'll go with maybe a every other day rant. Kind of like that. I got to really watch where I'm stepping. I do not want to go for a three-peat on my ankle. It feels fine now. It rolled it right to the edge of where it would be a bad sprain. So I'm sure it'll be sore tomorrow, but ain't no big deal. I got a lot more painful areas than than a scrawny little ankle that I have to deal with. So. All right, so probably about 7 miles now into the day, and which puts me at 6 miles to go. In a perfect world, 2 miles an hour, 6 miles, 3 hours. I'd be done by 4:30. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. It's not going to happen, but because I do have one big climb toward the end. It's a mile. Doesn't look real steep, but it's a mile up. All right, let me put this away. Look here. Wild hogs out here rutting. All right. I've come a little over 8 miles. Honestly, I'm not even sure how far I've come. I know it's over 8 miles. I don't know how much over. I'm too tired to look. I'm exhausted. Those 2 hills at the beginning, man. Oh my. They were something at the beginning of this trail. But that's what I need. I had to tighten up about 2 inches off my fanny pack and my waist strap on my pack, and so I'm losing the fat. That's what I'm out here for, that and get in shape. I refuse to be one of those old guys with a big old gut. I don't mind a little gut, but I ain't gonna be that guy with a big gut. Not gonna happen. Just ran into a young lady going southbound. She had 2 dogs with her. Neither one were on a leash, but now one of them she did put on a leash until she put a muzzle on him. So that was good. The other one is a little cockapoo or yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that one being on a leash. The only thing I'd be worried about with him is him taking off, but he was not going to do that. I love the cute little dogs. I love all dogs, but my preference is the cute little ones. The main reason I'm videotaping right now is to just talk. There's nobody out here to talk to. So the more I talk, the farther I get. I got a slight downhill right now. There's one more big uphill today if I choose to accept that challenge. And that's in the last couple miles. It doesn't look like it's a steep up, but it's 1 mile up. And I don't mean 1 mile vertical. I mean 1 mile from the bottom to the top. All right, it's getting a little bit steeper. I'm not gonna chance it with twisting my ankle already twice today, so.